Alright, so I had to do a little bit more sanding. There was a couple little ridges I noticed. Spain Pipe told me about this guy, Flieger671. I'll put his name down in the comments or the description so you guys can check that out. He did a series of pipe school videos that I wish I had seen before starting all this, but learned by doing, I guess. So I went to town today and got stain and polishing supplies for the finishing of this. And then from Flieger, Spain Pipe told me about this because of this right here. You just whittle down a dowel, and you can just set your pipe right in here, and it'll hold it while you're sanding. I probably wouldn't do this while chiseling, only because it could really crack the bowl by forcing it over that. I think it's okay to vise it, as long as you're not vising it too hard. I think it's okay to vise it when you're doing the roughing with the chiseling. But so yeah, I got the polishing wheel going. I'm gonna show you some sanding on here real quick, just some quick finishing, and then we'll take it over and polish it. You can see it holds it really well. I'll probably put a link to the videos for Flieger. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, but really good series. You guys should check it out if you're at all interested in mine. It's way more informative than what I'm doing here. This is mostly just trial and error stuff. So, all right, let's take it over to the polishing wheel and get it going. All right, so you can see here I've got a cotton polishing wheel mounted up on my drill press. I've got it set to 1200 RPM. It says on the cloth wheel 5,000 maximum, but 12,000 should be plenty just to get it polished up to what we're going for here. And then I have an all-purpose polishing compound that I picked up just from the hardware store. So yeah, so what you do is you get this spinning, of course, and then you load it with polishing compound. Just rub it up against there. And then we started working with the pipe. Hopefully you can see the glossiness of it versus none on that side. I don't know if the camera's picking that up or not. Just kind of wash it out with the light. I'll show you later. But so that does. I load up the wheel about that much and do about an inch strip. That seems to be about as long as it lasts. The bad thing about polishing is, and I had already polished it, and when I was back on the sanding there, it really shows your sanding marks or the gouges in the pipe. So as you polish, you really get to see those more, and then so you go back and sand it. But it's not too bad now, so I'm gonna keep working on this here. All right, so you can see the polished up bowl there. See the top's polished, so shiny. I even got that pretty well done too. You can see all the gouges I left, especially that one. That's the part that hit the belt sander right there. But even around the first part of the stem there, you can see a lot of the issues I had hitting. I think the Dremel did most of those deep scratches. I might try polishing them out, but they're kind of deep. But both turned out really good. I think now I'm going to stain it. I picked up a couple stains I'll show you here. Find any alcohol-based stains for leather. What I did find was this stuff called EcoFlow. It's a leather stainer, water-based. And then I found Minwax makes a water-based wood stain. This is closer to the color I'm going for though, so I think I'm going to try this. Worst case scenario, I have to sand it again and stain it. Not a big deal. I don't know how deep the stain goes, but I'm willing to take a bet here, so I'm going to open that up. I picked a couple of these foam hobby brushes. These are just disposable. So we'll open up the... I better shake it up first. I have no idea if it'll even soak in or what it'll do, so keep my fingers crossed and hope for the best. It does look nice. I'm really going for a darker pipe, but after you do the polish, if you just threw wax on top of it after that, it would look really good. Something just occurred to me. I think I actually did it backwards. I think you're supposed to do the sanding, stain after that, and then do your polishing. So I wasn't thinking it through, rushing, and that's what happened. So what I'm going to do is take it back to the 400 grit sandpaper and get it so the stain can bite into the wood. I think when you polish it, it doesn't have anything to grab into. You can see the very end of that wasn't polished, and that's where the stain really took. So that's what I'll redo here after I get all this stuff off. Sand it down again and give it another go. Okay, so I had to take it down again. I misread the label when I was reading that before. It's for the pre-stain wood conditioner, and I didn't read that, so you're only supposed to let it dry for maximum of 3 minutes, so pretty much right after you apply, you're supposed to take it off. So sanded it all down again. If I have to sand it again, I'm going to throw it in the garbage. Just kidding. But yeah, so let's try this one more time here. I'm gonna apply a smaller amount this time, just to kind of see how it works. I think what was happening was I was applying way too much, and then I was letting it dry too long as well, which was just working against me. Alright, so it's starting to get more even here as I keep adding coats of stain here. It really helps using a damp cloth and just do it really fast. Wait maybe a minute after you put the stain on. Or be smart and get the oil or the alcohol-based stuff. And you can see I'm getting stains on top of the bowl there. What I'll do is probably sand that down and then do the bowl separately since I'm working with it like this. But you can see it's getting darker and darker with every round here. So just keep working at it here and get to my final result.